Even Floyd, like when you make yourself like we got issues over anger, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
It took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
Are Floyd's comments potentially in breach of contract? He could blow the whole fight up and never fight, and also have taken a cash advance on the fight he may not ever have. He's broke. I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance. Essentially going, cool, I need that money now. Who cares?
Floyd Mayweather is facing growing financial scrutiny after reports claim the IRS placed tax liens against him over roughly $7.3 million in unpaid taxes tied to the 2018 and 2023 tax years. The development has quickly become one of the biggest stories surrounding the boxing legend outside the ring.
Mayweather is being targeted by the IRS over unpaid taxes, with some of his properties and assets being held on lien until the full balance is paid off. And if not, said assets will be fully taken away. This report comes from Business Insider, but is also now being reported by Ring Magazine, in which they reveal that the IRS has filed a lien versus Mayweather in Las Vegas, currently putting a hold on Mayweather's Vegas property due to unpaid taxes stemming from 2018 and 2023 that have now ballooned to $7.3 million.
This is far more than another rumor circulating online. According to the reports, federal authorities have taken legal action involving property connected to Mayweather in Las Vegas until the alleged tax balance is resolved. If the matter isn't settled, those assets could face additional legal consequences, making this a much more serious issue than ordinary financial speculation.
Talking this trash because he wants a rematch. You think he actually wants?
Absolutely.
You think he wants a rematch?
Look, another reason why he's crawled out of his rock, he needs money.
You think he needs money?
Absolutely.
He's always flossy.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going
Once
broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
He's always spending, so I guess.
Absolutely. Look, he's not fighting anymore, so that big money's not coming in. Look at what happened to Mike Tyson. He made what, $500 million?
Right.
You think you can't spend $500 million overnight? Absolutely.
The timing has only intensified the attention. Questions surrounding Mayweather's business affairs have already been building, and now they arrive just as discussions continue about his proposed rematch with Manny Pacquiao, putting even more focus on everything happening behind the scenes.
Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really. Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
Adding another layer to the controversy, Floyd has publicly described the Pacquiao rematch as an exhibition, while reports claim paperwork may have originally been signed for a professional contest. If those claims are accurate, contractual complications could follow. There have also been allegations that the same fight agreement was used as collateral for a loan, creating fresh speculation about the financial decisions being made behind closed doors.
Is that what's his feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight. Okay. Yeah, because I know he said.
I wouldn't fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight. Yeah.
Is Spears still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so it's still happening then.
He has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason
why wouldn't.
The concerns don't stop there. Several Mayweather boxing plus fitness locations have reportedly closed amid claims involving unpaid rent and employee wages. One location was even said to have been taken over and rebranded by Manny Pacquiao's team. Reports have also alleged that staff members walked off the job after compensation issues. With tax authorities, business associates, and investors all potentially involved, the situation has become increasingly complicated. For someone whose public identity has always revolved around financial success and complete control, these reports directly challenge that reputation.
Everybody. I boxed everybody. And it's so crazy. Like, I had a lot of great days. I had a lot of bad days in the gym. But I tell them I never have bad pay days.
Dimitri Salita told me a story that one time a big heavyweight, a known heavyweight, challenged you. You told Leonard to go get your bag and you dropped him with the body shot.
In a boxing gym, it don't count. You can have good days, you can have bad days. A lot of times guys do good in the gym. They be happy. They feel like if you've done good with Floyd Mayweather in the gym, oh, I want a world title, Well, you got to really look at this now. Slow down. You go home to an apartment. I go home to a palace. There's a difference.
Now, Floyd.
When you say your name, when they say these fighters' name, they say thousands and millions. When you say Money Mayweather, you say Bill.
The lack of detailed public responses from Mayweather or his legal representatives has only fueled more speculation. With tax matters, business operations, and contractual questions all unfolding at once, there are many unanswered questions. Whether everything is resolved privately or developed into a larger legal dispute, many observers view this as one of the most significant offering challenges Floyd has faced.
To the IRS, how much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money that there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Then Timothy Bradley offered a completely different perspective. Instead of assuming everything pointed toward disaster, he suggested there may be another explanation. Bradley didn't dismiss the reports, but he viewed them through the eyes of someone who understands how fighters negotiate major deals. In his opinion, receiving large advances or restructuring agreements can sometimes be part of a calculated business strategy rather than a sign of panic. From his perspective, changing a fight from a professional contest to an exhibition might not necessarily reflect chaos. It could simply be a financial decision.
Mayweather did that, but you can. You can put a non-refundable attachment on this and be like, all right, hey, I need an advancement for training. I need $3-4 million or whatever for training expenses. And if they agree to say yeah, and he put in a contract that is non-refundable, it's free money.
That interpretation certainly sounds like something many people associate with Floyd. Throughout his career, Mayweather has consistently found ways to maximize business opportunities while protecting his long-term interests. Bradley believes it's possible Floyd is simply adapting to his current reality as a veteran approaching 50 years old rather than taking unnecessary punishment. Still, Bradley also acknowledged an important point. If a legally binding agreement was signed for a professional fight, changing those terms may not be as simple as it appears.
Basically free money. So we know, Mayweather was, it's been reported, I should say, allegedly, that, he's been a little upside down on some of his taxes and some of his properties. And he needed to come back and fight and take care of that. Well, he got some cheese from that advancement.
That creates an interesting conflict. Floyd may be approaching the situation as a businessman looking for flexibility, while the legal framework surrounding the event still expects him to honor the original agreement. Bradley even suggested that any advance payments could have already helped address certain financial obligations, making the situation look more like strategic planning than desperation. Even so, outside pressure remains. Tax authorities, business partners, and contractual obligations all continue to attract attention. The real question now is whether Floyd can successfully navigate every one of those moving pieces.
Know that money he received, I'm pretty out, man, damn it, I don't know for sure, but damn it, I'm probably I know I'm 85, 90%. I'm telling you, because I don't think he'll be doing this. This is business. So he's just saying, I understand it was a real fight, but now I want to change it. I want to change it now. I got my advancement. Now I want to change it.
Shane Mosley then shifted the conversation away from contracts and finances and brought the focus back inside the ring. Having shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao during his own career, Mosley offered insight based on first-hand experience. He admitted that Mayweather no longer appears to be the exact same athlete physically, suggesting age may have slowed him down slightly. That naturally opens the door to questions about whether Pacquiao could capitalize. But Mosley also reminded everyone that Manny has his own challenges, including the realities of preparing for another high-level fight at this stage of his career. In his eyes, this matchup is no longer about who was better years ago. It's about which veteran has preserved more of what once made them great.
Now Floyd's not the same Floyd that he was back in the day. So, maybe he's a little bit older and he's not moving as much. And you know that when you get a little bit older, sometimes you don't have the same foot movements, stuff like that, and you're able to get hit with certain shots. So maybe Manny has a chance to get in there and do some stuff. But Manny also had seemed like some complications with I don't know if he had some kind of stroke or something in the sparring and stuff like that. I thought I seen. So, I mean, there's stuff going on with him too as well. So, we will see.
Boozley explained that Pacquiao's relentless pace and non-stop offense have always created problems, while Mayweather's greatest strength has been his remarkable ability to analyze opponents and make adjustments during a fight. He described Floyd as the more difficult fighter to solve, while calling Manny the naturally heavier puncher. He even reflected on the moment he stunned Mayweather during their fight, acknowledging that opportunities against Floyd rarely lasted long. Looking at both men today, Mosley believes the rematch should be viewed through a completely different lens. Slower reflexes and reduced athleticism change everything, making this contest very different from the first meeting despite featuring the same two legendary names.
The harder puncher was Manny Pacquiao, but the most difficult was Mayweather.
Okay.
As far as his IQ, he had a better IQ, but Manny had a harder working repetition where he'll come at you. He's working hard. He's trying to get you. Whereas Mayweather is more technical and will sit there and pick you apart.
Pacquiao later addressed the situation in his own calm, measured style. Rather than fueling controversy, he focused on discipline, faith, and preparation before turning his attention to the fight itself. Manny maintained that an official fight agreement had already been reached and suggested the matter was straightforward. Without raising his voice or attacking Floyd personally, he simply continued repeating that position. His quiet confidence created pressure of its own, making it clear he believes there should be no confusion over what was agreed upon.
If you ask me, as a boxer, I don't need somebody to push me to work hard, work more, but I did. I always put that in my mind when I'm in training. I have to do extra mile to get that.
Pacquiao continued delivering that same message without emotion or drama. While discussions surrounding negotiations and possible adjustments continued elsewhere, he emphasized his commitment to training as though a genuine championship-level contest awaited him. Reports of his demanding preparation, including extremely high-volume training sessions, reinforced that message. The contrast became impossible to ignore. One side appeared focused on business decisions and changing circumstances, while the other projected complete commitment to preparing for a full fight exactly as originally planned.
Purpose of exhibition that was long time ago, year after our first fight, but I didn't agree, and then I wanted a real fight. So he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So there's no reason to make excuses of that. So that's true.
Taken together, these developments create a far more complicated picture than a simple boxing storyline. Financial questions, tax matters, business decisions, and contract discussions continue surrounding Floyd, while Bradley believes many of those moves could be part of a carefully calculated strategy. Then Mosley reminds everyone that no financial plan changes the realities of aging inside the ring. Finally, Pacquiao enters the conversation without emotion, simply repeating that he intends to honor the original agreement. Suddenly, the debate becomes much bigger than determining who was right or wrong. it becomes a question of which side remains fully committed to the path that was initially set.
Well, we all look forward to that fight. I mean, he signed a real fight, and he got his advance. So then now makes excuses, no.
At its core, the story has become a battle between business strategy and contractual responsibility, between preserving legacy and confronting present-day reality. Floyd may still believe he can control every variable just as he has throughout much of his career. But this time, numerous legal, financial, and public factors are all moving simultaneously. Every decision now carries consequences far beyond the boxing ring. While Mayweather has built a reputation for staying ahead of every challenge, this may be one of the rare occasions where pressure is arriving from every direction. Meanwhile, Pacquiao continues presenting himself as calm, prepared, and unwavering, creating a sharp contrast between two very different approaches as the spotlight grows even brighter.
I'm doing exhibitions, and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100?
Share your thoughts below. Do you think Floyd is still carefully controlling every move behind the scenes, or are these challenges becoming too difficult to manage? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Boxing Headquarters, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next boxing update.